So when we come together, another fact of being a man is we live in a high technology age. We have all these devices. We have phones that flash red when someone wants to talk to us. And we have phones that ping when someone wants to get our attention. And that's okay, that's good. That's the world we live in. And we can be driven by those pings and flashing red lights. And we want to tell you, part of gathering for these breakfasts is to say we care about that world for you. We know the pressure that creates. And we're gathering today because none of us can escape that world. It's the world we live in. But we can do this by putting our eyes on God and coming together. We can respond to those pings and flashing red lights consistent with our values. Consistent with what we believe. Consistent with who we are and what we want to make our life about. So that's one reason why we come together. But there's a second reason, even more profound. And that's there are other matters bigger than those urgent things. They are matters of eternity and our relationship with the God of the universe and whether we're right with Him and where we will spend eternity and where the people we love will spend eternity. And here's the deal, guys, that will never ping. That will never flash red on our phones. You can only see it if you stop and listen and look. You see, we serve a Savior. A month from now, we're going to celebrate Easter. And when you're nailed naked to a cross, and you're mocked and ridiculed by the very people you came to save because you love them so much, and you declare, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. You don't need to ping. You don't need to flash red lights. But He does speak to us. He prompts our hearts, and He gives us the freedom, as Casey said, because He's a gentleman, that we can ignore that prompting. We can fill it with other things. He's speaking to us today. And I would ask you, what are the things of eternity, the things that really matter in your life, and what would be pinging right now in that regard? We want to challenge you this morning to answer that call, to respond to that prompting. If you don't know Jesus as Savior, to say, no, that doesn't need to prompt me anymore. I'm going to receive Him now, today, as my Savior. I'm going to confess that I'm a sinner. I couldn't get there on my own, but that despair doesn't end in despair because God's made a way. Amen. It's the cross. It's the resurrection. It's the love of Christ. I choose to receive it.